Hi everyone, this is the video for Monday, May 4th and Tuesday, May 5th. You'll notice that this is for 2 days because you have 2 days to do this assignment. Before we get started, there's a few announcements. The Describing a Process essay, that first draft, is due today, May 4th by noon. I'm going to read your draft, make comments, and then return it to you sometime this week. When you receive it, you should read the comments and make the changes to the document that I suggest. And you need to turn in the final document by next Monday, May 11th. So as a reminder, today's lesson is for Monday and Tuesday. So the assignment is due on Wednesday by noon. Today, our objective is to identify and use adverbs to show how an action is done. We're going to answer these 3 questions. 1, what is an adverb? 2, how do I change an adverb how do I change an adjective into an adverb? And 3, where do I place an adverb in a sentence? The first question is, what is an adverb? Well, it's a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It can tell us how, where, when, how much, and with what frequency something happened. So here are some examples of some adverbs, but we're only going to focus on this category right here. They're called adverbs of manner, and they're words that describe how an action is done. How was it done? It was quietly. How did they act? Peacefully. How did they do their homework? Carefully. How did they walk to school? Slowly. How did the class behave with the substitute? Badly. All right. These are all examples of adverbs. They talk about how something happened. So here's some more examples. He slowly opened the door. Slowly is the adverb, and it's describing this verb, open. She sang loudly. Loudly is the adverb, and it's describing this verb, sang. So next we want to figure out, how do I change an adjective into an adverb? Well, on this side we have our adjectives, and on this side we have our adverbs. He is a quiet person. He speaks quietly. So this is the adjective. It's describing the person. And this is the adverb. It's describing the action. You should notice something about these adverbs. They all share one thing, which is ly. So for most adjectives, if we add ly, they become adverbs. Think about ly, especially if you're a Spanish or Portuguese speaker. Ly is the same thing as mente. Please think about how you add mente to an adjective to make it an adverb in your native language. So for example, the adjective rápida becomes rápidamente, just like quick becomes quickly. So that's how most of the adjectives will change to adverbs. We're just adding ly. There are some differences depending on the spelling of the adjective. If the adjective ends in y, we're going to have to change that y to an I. So ready becomes readily. Merry becomes merrily. Easy becomes easily. If the adjective ends in able or ble, we have to change the e to a y. Understandably, forcibly, possibly. Notice how we didn't just add ly to the end, we take away this e and we turn it into a y. Now, if the adjective ends in ic, like idiotic, tragic, or basic, we have to add ally. So it becomes idiotically, tragically, basically. And there are some adjectives that just do not get ly. They stay the same. Fast is still fast as an adverb, so is straight, and so is hard. But most of the time, we add ly. The next thing we want to think about is, where do we place an adverb in a sentence? Well, the truth is you can place it in multiple places. You can place it at the beginning of the sentence, also known as the front position. Suddenly The eagle opened its wings. You can place it in the middle of the sentence next to the verb. He slowly backed his car into the garage. Or you could place it at the end of the sentence. The horse whisked its tail angrily. Let's look at some more examples. Here, it's the same sentence with the same adverb, but in a different position. Slowly, he opened the door. He slowly opened the door. He opened the door slowly. All of these have the same meaning, and they all are grammatically correct. Loudly, she sang the song. She loudly sang the song. She sang the song loudly. Now, in most cases, most times, we're going to see the adverb in the middle position and in the end position. That is the usual place we will place an adverb. Today, what you're going to do is work on adverbs, and you're going to click the link in the classwork section to go to quill.org. If you had Mrs. Williams, you should be familiar with this website. You're going to log in with Google, and there'll be 4 practices for you to complete. This is the same classwork that's going to be posted tomorrow also. You have until Wednesday, May 6th at noon to complete this assignment. So when you go into Quill, first of all, you'll see the classwork for today has both days. When you go into this assignment, you're going to click here for Quill. When you get to Quill, you're going to see these different practices and you're going to do each one. Let me show you an example of what you're supposed to do. All of these are connecting exercises. We have to connect 2 sentences to make a new sentence. So you can add or remove words. There's often more than one correct answer. And please make sure you're using correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation, because if you make a mistake there, it's going to mark you wrong. So describing how an action is completed with a word that ends in ly, that's an adverb. Here's what you're going to see on the screen. Latasha dances ballet. She dances gracefully. Here I have 2 sentences. You need to combine the sentences. You can either write Latasha gracefully dances ballet or Latasha dances ballet gracefully. So when you start the lesson, it's going to have you type here. I'm going to make a mistake and show you what happens. So I'm going to leave out ballet. Latasha dances gracefully. Oh, it's saying I have to revise my work because I left an important word out. And it also gives me another example. I have to recheck my work to go back and I'll be able to add Latasha dances ballet gracefully. That's what I'm missing. And I'm going to recheck my work and it tells me that's correct. All right, that's what you're going to be doing with the other example sentences. Please contact me if you have any questions and I'll see you soon.